Hello and welcome. It's Kylie Bertucci, Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so good to have you all here. And if you're watching, please say hello wherever you're watching from. I literally just ran out of the shower, chucked on some nail polish in true Kylie style, and we wouldn't expect anything less from this hot mess. Look at this hair. Oh, I cracked myself up. I'm like, quick, put some nail polish on. Quick, do my hair. Hello, good evening. So good to see you all. Today we're going to be doing some simple stamping, just a beginner's class, because it's so good to go back to the basics. And I know that there are a lot of detailed fun fold type cards online. But I want to be able to bring it all right back because I know for me, I'm feeling super overwhelmed these days. I'm, just feeling like I want my crafting to be light and refreshing and simple. So if you're one of those people, and I know we all go through phases, like we've got a online stamping retreat coming up next month at the end of the month. And I love that event because it gives me this one day of just, I'm going to do super complicated today and sort of get my fix for something a little bit more advanced. But in between those three events that we have per year, I love to keep it simple. I am a simple girl with an occasional challenge, because otherwise if I just say to myself, I'm always going to do challenging things, I'll end up doing none. So I want you to go over to our online stamping retreat link and go and sign up for the waitlist, because there's something coming very, very soon that none of you want to miss. I'll put it on our Facebook page as well. Make sure that that's all good to go. Yes, it is. And there's the comments. Hello over on Facebook. So it's OSR. I don't think... I do have session 3 there. Brilliant. I surprise myself sometimes. Sometimes I put my keys in the fridge, but other times I really do surprise myself. So let us have a little look here. Yes, it will. It'll go into its, curly shape. It'll start forming very soon. By the end of the video today, you'll see it all in its curly glory. But this morning I was like, my back is still killing me. I'm like, I'm jumping in the shower. So I think I've got to do it twice a day now, just before bed and then in the morning as soon as I get up, and I think that will really help. Plus all my collagen and my shakes and my, look at my vitamins here to help my joints. It's just crazy, isn't it? Don't become a woman of a certain age. Sorry, some of you don't have any choice. When you become a woman of a certain age, I'm so sorry. I have empathy for you. Yes, I got caught in the rain. My shower rain. I love it, Sue. You're on to me. Now, let us jump in and see what we're playing with. This set here, it's a bundle. And I thought it's a perfect bundle for someone who maybe hasn't crafted before. So if you're watching and you've come here because you are brand new and you've never crafted before, you definitely are going to love today's class because it's free. Who doesn't love a free class? And it's also nice to be introduced to the art of stamping, because we all love it. As you can tell, everyone commenting here, we are all fans of this amazing creativity. And crafting it really, really does help us so much to just, calm our nervous system. I'm not making any claims, but for me personally, I know that it really helps me to, just calm my nervous system down, to really help me to get through a day. I love to try and craft every day when I can, and it just helps me so much to just feel like, I don't know, I feel accomplished. I guess you could say. I could feel like I've done something that has helped my brain. It's helped my left right brain, creativity. I just think creativity is just an awesome, awesome tool that we can use that I think is cheaper than going to a doctor. Or, I mean, not to say don't go to the doctor's still very important, but hopefully it means that I don't have to go to the doctor as often. And I'm just speaking for me personally, not making any claims. And yes, I agree, Luann. Growing old is not for wimps, that's for sure. Yeah, the alternative, no, we don't want to go when we're young. So let us have a little play here. I've got a few ideas, and actually, just as I was going to bed, and I did go to bed very late last night. I was a very naughty girl. Went to bed at 3 a.m., everyone. I know. I'm so naughty. I got caught up in a little spiral, sort of exciting. Yeah, I'm thinking of new ideas, and yeah, time just left me. So I'm like, okay, I really have to go to bed early tonight. I really have to make sure that I do the right thing and go to bed. So what we're going to do is a very, very simple start. And this is when I like to bring out all my autumnal colours because, oh, just gorgeous, right? Who doesn't love autumnal colours? I'm surprised that doesn't have a... Oh, yeah, there it is. I normally stick this. I'll do it now, actually, because if I don't do it now, then I will forget it. I like to stick my backing sheet onto this because if they separate, I'm scared this will never return to its place. And I did lose one of these sheets, and it does make a big difference. So I like to stick it onto here. So we'll just put some tape over the top here. Whoops, I forgot to line it first. Don't you love it when you don't do it properly? So let me show you, because this happens to a lot of people. So what you want to do in this situation, actually it might have even gone too far. It's the first time it's happened in a long time. Bruno's an expert at the Seal Plus, but what we want to do, just be really mindful you don't want to pull too much of this out, because a lot of people have this issue and we understand the pain. So I think it's this way that we're going to wheel. Yes. Okay, so that's tightened now. Yes. So can you see what I'm doing? It's just bringing that back there like that. So you're going to get your little cog. See, and you're wheeling that back. I want to wheel that until I can feel some of the sticky coming through. Oh, unless it's out. It is. That's why it peeled off. Oh no, there's a little bit on there still. Anyway, we'll see what happens here. Who knows what's going to eventuate while Kylie's live, hey? I think it actually might be the other way. I think I'm telling you porkies. Let's try it the other way and see what ends up happening, because that will be hilarious. Is it working? No, I think it's undoing the spool. If we can get the right way, then we're set for life. Yeah, I think it's this way, because it is going back onto the wheel, right? I don't know why it's jammed like that. Oh, the joys. The joys of annoying things like this happening live. Oh, it is there. Oh, good. Okay, so it is turning back. So the key is not letting it go too far out, and then you want to get it to the point where it's tight, and then we'll see if this works. Otherwise, we've got a replacement here. The other thing Bruno likes to do with these coil things, and I think sometimes when you're a beginner, these are the sort of things that frustrate you. I mean, they still frustrate us now, but you'll work it out. You'll get workarounds. As long as you know that you're not alone, you're going to come up against all these weird things that happen when you're crafting. Not everything's going to be perfect. And I think if you know that from the beginning, like especially for me, I think the biggest thing was the cutting, which is why I created the card templates, because I knew, oh, this is going to be so hard to get all this cutting correct. Now, where's my little... Where's my little thingamajiggies? Who even knows? Oh, there it is. No, that's the one that goes underneath. Anyway, we'll work it out. It's a crazy day. Let's see if this works. No, it's not going to work. I think we're going to go replacement. We'll leave you over there. And we'll leave you here for a moment until we figure that out. I love it. I love live television. But I am one of those people that once I get something like this, I'm not going to give up on it. I will not give up on you. But for now, let's do some inking. I love it when I'm just like, don't talk too much at the beginning. Just get straight into crafting, Kylie. Famous last words. Is it even possible for me to actually be able to do that? And you know what? If you're like me, it's okay. It's okay to be a hot. What did I say yesterday? I was a demonstrator and I loved it. Her introduction was, I don't do my makeup. And I'm not a neat crafter, but I love creating, and I've been creating for, and she said how long she'd been creating for it. I'm like, you go girl. I loved it. I'm like, you be you. Own it. Ah, look what I found. The very thing I was looking for. See, it all works out. We just got to not spiral. It's just like, whatever. Things happen. So I want some of these. I'm just trying not to peel off this paper, this backing. If I peel off this backing, it will never return. It will be lost forever in the vortex of vortexness. Now, I thought this would be a really good punch to look at. Whether it will work and fit any of these. I think that's the only one that's going to fit is the thanks. Thinking of you two is too long. But yeah, for the thanks, it's really good. So I think we'll do that one. But yeah, any of these, like this is what I love about this set if you're a beginner. Because it's got words, it's got a variety of words. Like you've got a little something to say hello, which could mean, you know, that could be for a lot of different things. Thinking of you often, that could be, you know, sickness, they've lost a loved one, you know, I'm grateful for your kindness, a gift, like thanking someone for something they've done. It's just I love the variety of the sentiments. And yeah, just the stamps itself are fantastic. So, because you can actually really change up the colours. You don't have to go autumnal. So I might even use my shirt as a good option to show, yeah, what you can do with different colours. So I think everyone looks at leaves and thinks, oh, but I don't really want to just do autumn all the time. Well, let's see what we can come up with. So when I look at my colours on my dress, I might use one of these. Oh, actually, yeah, I'll use this block here. Yeah, good. We're all set for our blocks. So that's the one thing that with the clear stamps, you will need to have a block system. Now, one thing you could possibly do is get the positioner tool, and the positioner tool would mean that you wouldn't need this many blocks. You could just have the precision tool, and the precision tool has got some really great attachments. So you've got this one here, so you could actually do quite a bit of stamping with this one here. Then it's got the big one as well, and that will really help. I think Brenna might have oh no, there it is. Sorry, Brenna, I was blaming you again. It does happen. It does happen where I can't find things, and I'm like, I'm not going to keep looking because I've got to ask Brenna if it's left the room. That's my begonia that I was playing with. That's the product of the month stamp set. So yeah, so you could use this one if you wanted to. Look how attached it is already. So this is really good, this plate, for stamping, and then you can use it. You just push down and you can stamp. You can have it all the way along and just stamp, stamp, stamp. So that's a really good way if you're not investing in the block straight away. But it is worth getting, yeah, just a few blocks. I think this one here is C block, but yeah, it's definitely worth getting. If you do end up sort of thinking about starting stamping, a good place to start would be with Paper Pumpkin. And I'll give you the link for Paper Pumpkin because that's a really good stepping stone to see, am I going to enjoy it? Do I like it? Yeah, is it something I'm going to get into? Or maybe you're thinking of a gift too. I know that, yeah, a lot of young ones are getting right back into crafting now. So maybe it's a gift for a young one in your family. But you can do a Paper Pumpkin subscription, and it's really great because I'll just share my screen here, because this one here, it includes everything you need in the kit, but you also, the very first time you get the kit, you also get a block included. The block is a little bit different to the ones that I've got in front of you, and I'll show you what the block looks like. But this one this month is actually like an autumnal, and I'll get the image for you to have a look at the sneak peek. But you don't always know what's included. Now the cool thing is you can do the subscription. You can cancel it any month. You can sort of see when you'd like to do it. You could do 3 months right away, do the payment, and get it all in one go. So it's a really fantastic stepping stone, I feel, if you're a beginner. The other thing to do as well is to do the kits. And I just noticed on the home page here, there's a lot of great things. We should be getting the foil soon, but that's not necessarily a beginner's kit. But we've got the Crafted Blooms kit, which looks absolutely gorgeous. And you can just go to the kits collection, and it's got card kits, crafting kits, all sorts of different kits here in this section here on the website. Now to get to this shop, all you have to do is just go to our blog, kyliebertucci.com, and once you go to kyliebertucci.com, and you'll see it everywhere online, our website here, but you just go to shop and then our Stampin' Up store. So that's the store there that you can go shopping, and once you click on there, it'll open up the store for you. So it's nice and easy. You'll see that you're shopping with us. In the corner, it'll say you're shopping with Kylie, and then you'll know, great, we're all happening. There is a designer series paper sale, which is another really great way for beginners to start. And we have a lot of videos showing you how you can cut your paper into 4x6, and then that one sheet will make 6 projects from that. And all you have to do is add a sentiment. So yeah, when I think of beginners, I definitely think of paper and a bit of cardstock. But yeah, definitely to begin with, go get a kit, either Paper Pumpkin, or you can come over here and, you know, look at this beautiful Crafted Blooms kit. It's only $25. You don't have any stamping in this one, and you can really enjoy that one, and just it sticks down really quickly. It's really simple, and if you enjoy it and you think, you know what, I think I could do a bit more of this, then you can sort of step up to ones that have stamping attached to it as well. And I know there's a lot of you watching today that are avid crafters, And I just think sometimes we just need to go back to the basics. So going back here, this one here, As You Grow kit, $19.50. So this is a great opportunity if you've got friends or family that have new babies. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to get a gift for someone for only $19.50. And look at all these gorgeous stickers that come in it. Look at that. All of those are stickers. I've got even like alphabet stickers there. And then you can basically decorate all this beautiful album, and then they can put their little photos, make a little brag book. Look at that. So gorgeous. So yeah, definitely look at that one. But yeah, it's a great idea for gifts, but even for your own, a bit of fun. Um, and we've had a lot of these ones that we've absolutely adored. So yeah, there we go. And I think they're the crafting kits, but I think there's the card kits as well. If you just go to the card kit collection, there's this gilded gallery kit here that looks really good, Serene Scenes. So these ones here that are a little bit more expensive, they usually have some stamping that goes with it. So you can see here, if we zoom in, you can see that the Sending Love Your Way has come from a stamp set, but everything else is included. But this is the stamp set that comes with that kit. So you get some really great stamp sets. You get all of the pieces that you need to put this together, and that all comes in one combined kit. So you'll even get a clear block stamp with this one as well. So yeah, sometimes collecting the kits are a great idea. You can build up your block stash and then you don't have to buy blocks, and then you get a little taster into stamping. So if you need any help with that, and I probably will end up putting a pop-up on my blog, just to direct people to what new items, like beginners items. And I think it's really important because I know we have a lot of Stampin' Up demonstrators that watch us. But I think, yeah, we've got to keep reminding everyone about the beginning. What does it feel like when you're at the beginning of stamping? And I'd love to hear from some of you. What was your experience when you first, oh, hello, when you first started out with crafting? Like, what was it that you really loved about getting into crafting? Hi, Nicole. Hi, Sarah. Yes, Kel and Daz. The only thing I need for a view of a craft on YouTube is good lighting. We're finally getting there. Actually, I've probably got a little bit more lighting I can give you here, Kel. And I'm so glad you've got this bundle too. Who was it that had the bundle? Oh, Shelley. Shelley got this bundle. So, hi, Sharon. Oh, it's so good to have you on here. Yes, better late than never. Yep, we appreciate. I love running by that philosophy too. Now, the other thing that I had here for those of you that are avid, I've still got to look after all of you because I know some of you like to step it up. But I thought that this textured tree ring 3D embossing folder, I'll just check and make sure it's still available because it is absolutely gorgeous. And I feel it will go really, really well with this one. But it was a July, oh, it should be okay because July, usually the embossing folders last a lot longer, and I love having it labeled because I know where it's come from. Yeah, the texture tree ring, it's still saying it's new, so it's definitely going to be around for a bit longer. But I think it goes really, really nicely with this set. All right, let's have a look at a few ideas. So the first thing I want to do is just a really, really simple one where we just stamp 3 leaves. We can have these colours in the background and then a sentiment. So really quick, really simple. And I'm just going to do a bit of a mashup of the colours. So I really like the idea of going with the colours on my dress. So I think something like this. I think if we do, yeah, I think we'll do this one and this one. And, ooh, this one's a bit of a surprise. I think this will go quite nicely. And this one. I do love using my clothing to help me pick colours. Okay, I think I've got, oh, there's one more colour spectrum I didn't get, just so that we can get the full gamut of ideas. Okay, we're ready for it. Oh, there's one more colour that I can see. Hello, how are you going? Good. Dun, 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 dun. Now, of course, we're not going to use all of these colours, but this is all the colours on my dress. What do you reckon? So this one's the surprise blue, isn't it? So what do you reckon? Pretty peacock for the base. We've got this one here. This could almost be like a lemon lime twist. But yeah, if you're a beginner, you'll start sort of seeing colours in different ways. I thought, yeah, definitely a little bit of that beautiful crisp cantaloupe. And we've also got the cherry cobbler in here. So yeah, there's a lot of colours in here that I would never necessarily put together. But it makes a really interesting project. So what we could do, I think if we run with I definitely want to use these colours. And I think if we go for, even though I'm not a pink girl, I feel like something like this. Luann yelled out, "Hi, Bruno." Hi, Luann. I think something like, ooh, that's an interesting combo, isn't it? Yeah, I think that goes not. It's sort of more. And then do we want to bring in? I think maybe if we do, we'll bring in the black with the stamping when we stamp the sentiment. Well, I like to use the Secret C for my stamping. Now, when you're a beginner, with the inks, the best suggestion that I can come up with for beginners is to look at the spots. The spots are really cool on the website because it means that you can get colour without having to make a huge investment. So I'll just show you what the spots look like. And I'd be interested in all of you, like, how did you start out? Like, did you do colour families when you first started out? Like, what was it that you did to sort of start your colour family assortment? Because I think they're bringing in the new spots too as soon, but this could actually be a really great opportunity to get yourself a little bit of a bargain too. So this one here, the uninked Stampin' Spots. So you've got these ones, but just keep in mind that they are changing the configuration of the ink. These are felt Stampin' Spots, but these will actually work quite well with the new ink actually, because it is felt. Is the new stamp pads? No, they're linen, aren't they? But anyway, we shall see. So uninked spots, and then you can just buy some refills that you can use for that. Or even better, I feel, is to have them inked, and then you can get like a selection of a few here at the moment that are still here. And it's good that they're a real, eclectic bunch here. They're not necessarily a set. And that's a really great way. I love these ones. I think they would be a great starter. Because Secret C, to me, I use that as my like go-to black ink. I prefer that than most other black inks. And I think those colours are really versatile. And remember, you can stamp off to sort of lighten colours. So you've got a lot of variety of colours in here. If you just stamp off a little bit first and then stamp again, then you've got another 4 colours. And even with the Secret C, you can get a lighter blue then. So that opens up a lot of possibilities. Instead of having to invest in a lot of bigger ink pads, just invest in the ink spots and you could get both sets. And then really, then you should be on your way to starting a little collection. But again, like we say, and you'll see what people say on the chat as well. It could be a case of just, some of us just sort of slowly built up. I still remember when you took color inspiration from a Starbucks coffee card. Oh, really? Yeah, that Starbucks doesn't exist anymore. I remember that coffee card. Oh no, that was from New York. I think I did it, and I also got the coffee cards in Seattle. But yeah, that one in Seattle isn't there anymore. But yeah, that was so fun, wasn't it? Getting all the color inspo. So let's do some stamping, and I'll show you some of the techniques that I think some of us, we tend to just go by muscle memory and we forget that there's a real technique to stamping that can be frustrating when you're just beginning and you're thinking, why am I not getting an image that I'm happy with? So let's troubleshoot the stamping process. Now, the next thing that might be a little bit of a must-have item is definitely a trimmer. So if we make a list of items, I'll do one up for you, but I feel like Stampin' Spots, trimmer, what else can some of you think of? First, do the kit so that you can collect the blocks. So start with a kit, get a few blocks happening and just see if it is something you like. Then when you're moving into, you know what, I'd like to start doing a bit of my own, then you want to look at a trimmer and you want to look at some cardstock. Now, in the past, Bruno and I have done like a little cardstock share, and it might be something that we look into doing again, because I think it's I think Stampin' Up used to have packs, but I don't know if they have any like color packs anymore with cardstock. This is why I like doing these type of videos, because I'm like, yeah, what is available for the new crafter? What do I need to tell Stampin' Up about? Excuse me, Stampin' Up. You want the beginners to come in, but you don't have anything for them. I take it back. They do. They've got packs here. Oh, thank you, Stampin' Up. You're so good. You listen so quickly to me. So I'll just share my screen. So another thing that I've noticed here is the cardstock's on sale. Oh, it's the in colors. Oh, wow. Go grab them while you can. 21 and 25. That's a little handy tip. Which cardstock is on sale? No, it's random eclectic cardstock on sale. Did we know about this cardstock? And there's basic black on sale. Oh my goodness, I need to add to cart. I need to add 3 of them.
No, it's the DSP, the 12 by 12, isn't it?
No, there's cardstock on sale. I can see it in front of my eyeballs. I didn't know that it included cardstock. There might be a new sale that we didn't know about. Well, I'm definitely updating that. Can they do it for... Oh, they've got it for very vanilla. They've got it for basic white. That would be even more exciting. I would be like, "Whoa, quick, walk. No, run, don't walk." Anyway, here we go. I got distracted. I'm like Dory. So these are the best. So you've got A4 cardstock here in the subtles, neutrals, brights, and the regals. And they're fantastic because you're going to get a good mix. And that would definitely be my go-to if you're just starting out, because you're going to get 20 sheets and 2 of each color. And it's a fantastic way. Did any of you start this way, or did you just start collecting each of them individually? I'm very interested to see how you all started. I think I got some paper. So the first thing I did, I knew I wanted to use the paper. I've always been a paper girl. And then what I did was get the like basic white, basic black. They were like my go-to. And then based on the paper, that's what I think I chose the colours from. So that could be another way of doing it. But we are here to help you through the beginning process, because it is like a little overwhelming and it is complicated. We're not going to take that away from you. So let's have a look here. Yes, you've got in colour in a pack as well. So they're a really great way to get an assortment. The basic white isn't on sale. But yeah, that would have been great to get that. So the in colour, this one here is on sale. So that's a great one. That's the one that's leaving us very soon. So that's a good one to grab, that one there. But so that's Duckling, Secret Sea, Strawberry Slush. So definitely look at getting that one. But yeah, that's probably my hot tips to you. We've got basic white cardstock there, and then the thick cardstock. But I would start with basic. It's anything but basic. So yeah, anyway, tell me your thoughts and what you ended up doing when you first started out. Now, if you do shop with us, yes, the snips too, the glue, it's all right. As long as I can have some of it, I'm happy. A bone folder, a trimmer, and then your basic cardstock. I love it, Luann. It's a really great list. Nicole started with the brights and neutral cardstock, so you got a pack. And it's selective cardstock and DSP on sale. I love it. And yes, I am Dory too, Donna. I agree. Nicole also started out with black, the real red, granny apple green, daffodil delight, and Pacific Point. I love that. So it might be based on a piece of paper or something like that. So it happened to you on 3. Oh, just make sure, Laura, if anything happens to you with the Seal Plus, please go and let Stampin' Up know. As soon as this happens, you can let them know and they will send a replacement. So I'll have to send them a photo of this if I can't fix it. But I will try my absolute bestest to fix it. I think I wrecked the Seal Plus, Bruno. I'll need your help fixing it for me. He's good like that. And hello, Janelle. Yes, we are having a great week so far. Yes, so Jan started with DSP and bought colours to match. Oh, thank you. And there's my little Seal Plus incident. So the next step with beginners is to definitely, anyone who purchases through us as a beginner stamper will definitely receive our card template tutorial. Now, what the card template tutorial does is it tells you exactly how to cut your paper. Now, those of you that are watching, how did the card templates help you? If only I had the card templates when I first started stamping. I think it was probably the biggest thing that drove me the most crazy was not knowing how to cut. What measurement am I doing? And every person I spoke to had a different measurement because some people were basing it on the US size. Some people were doing it based on our A4 size. Then when you went online, someone else was doing another size. Honestly, I wish Stampin' Up knew just what a massive, massive issue measurements are for us in the wider crafting community. So this is something that I really pride myself on. I'm a hot mess in a lot of other areas, but because I'm a hot mess, I had to come up with something because I just was getting so frustrated. And I thought, if I'm frustrated, how many other stampers out there are frustrated? And over the years, we have sold thousands and thousands of these tutorials because clearly we're all not alone. We all have the same issues. Even when Stampin' Up do classes, they still don't get it right for us over here in everywhere outside of US and Canada. So if Stampin' Up can't give us the right measurements, like we've really, really got to let them know, hey guys, come on. You've really got to get it together. So anyway, you will see that the main base I've put right at the top. It's the very first thing. It's the standard side opening card base. And I call it Gorgeous Grape Layer. And that's not the colour that you have to make it. I've just named the sizing after each colour. And Gorgeous Grape is what we're always going to begin with because the reason why I didn't say the actual measurement is because it's different for every person. We have inches, and that's for the US and Canada. We also have inches, but in Australia, but it's different to the inches size in the US. We also have metric, which is for A4, and that's for everyone outside of Canada and the US. So there's actually 3 different sizings that need to be communicated to the crafting community. And when you're a beginner, cutting a sheet of cardstock, you're not alone. It's really scary. We feel it. I remember freaking out. I'm like, what do you mean I've got to cut from scratch? What do you mean? And so I think that it's nice when you can go to a class and someone does it all for you, but I don't think we learn. I think we really need to learn how to cut our cardstock. And once you've got the right measurement, now we have 2 card bases here. Bang, just like that. We get our own trimmer, we learn how to fold it. So we just fold in half. We get our bone folder here. Like Luann said, it's one of our best tools. And we score that so that it's really nice. Oh, I'm so glad, Kel, they keep her stamping because it's the visual aid as well. Oh, we've got someone visiting. It's probably delivery of some sort. And Beverly said they're very helpful, the card templates. And I agree, they help me all the time. And yes, I use them every time I create as well. So I think it's really important that we have those card template because they help with layers. They give my cards more pizzazz, because we've got more confidence in how we do our layers. And when we're first starting out, that was probably my most difficult thing, was not knowing how to start out. And then just having the measurement list. Yep, I print out my sheet here and have it handy. And also being able to convert. So if I'm watching someone from the US or Canada, I can convert into what my measurements need to be, because they are not a actual conversion. We have completely different cardstock to each other, and you can't just swap it out. You can't just go, tell me what this size is in metric. No. They're completely different. So that's a big thing for beginners stampers. And this is all the things, those of you that are watching that are demonstrators today, these are all the things that we're going to have to keep reminding our new ones that are going to be joining us very soon, aren't they? Because we're all going to step up. This is our one goal. We've got to go and find all those beautiful new stampers that are going to join us. So I think it's a really great visual thing to have. And so in the templates, I've labelled all of mine, but you can put your measurement here on the same. You don't have to use labels. You could literally not even use the different colours. They just help me differentiate what layer I'm using. And all of these layers are going to help you to create amazing cards. So my number one layer that I probably use the most is definitely the Gorgeous Grape, which is the base. So that's that template there. And then the other one that I love is the Poppy Parade. Poppy Parade and Gorgeous Grape would have to be my absolute always beginner sizing. And if you are new to crafting, please let me know in the comments, because I am more than happy. I will send you a link and you can go and get these as a gift from me, because we really want to support you new beginners. We really want to help you. And we want to reach out to you, because I think it's really important that we support our new ones in our community. So this is where I begin. I even do like paper from this size and then just add a sentiment. That is the ultimate beginner stamping, because then all you're doing is the sentiment is the only stamping that you're doing, and then you've got paper. Really nice and easy. It's a great way to begin. If you get a pack of Stampin' Up Designer Series paper, you can make 72 cards from one pack of Designer Series paper. But we do shares as well, so that you can get into that routine of just having a little bit less paper. And I definitely want to look into, and I'll write that down as well, whether we can do paper shares. We'll do like a beginner share. Because I think it's nice to get it smaller. We just went to Costco for the very first time on the weekend, and I think that's probably the biggest thing that's been putting me off from going to Costco is, and it's a good connection, is that it's a lot of expense. Like we look at it and we think this is too much outlay to begin with. So how can we bring the outlay down for our beginners stampers, so that they can have a little bit of a taste, right? And I think what a lot of demonstrators are doing is they're doing the card kits, right? So that brings the outlay down. But the problem with card kits is we're not teaching our beginners how to do this from scratch themselves, because they're receiving an already cut piece of cardstock. Maybe they're not getting their essential tools like their trimmer and their bone folder. So then you're not actually learning how to create on your own and go out there and copy and case other people's work. So I do think that that's probably, yeah, a little bit of a missing link. Sharon said here, yes, it was a huge learning curve, the difference between US measurements and ours. And I wasted quite a lot of cardstock before I found Stampin' Up and your templates. And I 100% agree, Sharon. I was exactly the same. And that was what was frustrating me because I'd be like, no, it's not quite straight. Ooh, no, not quite straight. And then I'd keep cutting down and then it wouldn't be right. And I'm like, this is driving me crazy because I was like just wanting to cut it and not have to worry about the math because I'm not a math girl. I hate measuring. It put even the trimmer just made me feel so like I didn't want to go near a trimmer. And I think for a lot of us, we probably all felt a bit the same. Are you all a bit like that with your math? I hate math so much. I'm like, oh, just get me away from it. And it really did. I think a lot of those things were the things that were overwhelming me from starting my own crafting as opposed to being given the craft per se. Now I want to just do a little tidy in here. This is a really handy tool to use as well. Do you think a take your pick tool is definitely a must have? I feel like you could get away with not having it to begin with. But I think as you go along, it definitely is one of those items that you'd want to get. But yeah, snips, bone folder, trimmer. What else did you say, Luann? A little bit of cardstock. You could do the spots. Maybe one pack of paper and one stamp set. I think that would be really good. And a stamp set, you want to get something that, like I love with this one, it's got the punch to go with it. And I think having a bundle where it's got the punch and the stamping and it's like generic and it's got the images as well as the sentiments, I think is a really great way to do it. And Luann said she started with her favorite colors in the ink pads and then added one or two each order until the collection was complete. So that's one way of doing it as well. But I do think those Stampin' Spots are a brilliant way to get. Oh yeah, Luann's got must have here. Snips, glue, bone folder, trimmer, basic cardstock. Love that list, Luann. So yeah, we could do a little beginner's must have list if you're wanting to move outside of the kit realm and go into the next adventure of avid crafter. And it's not even that you have to be avid. I do feel like there's an interim. So we've got our card base. We know that our next size, and remember I'm going to give you these card templates so you'll know exactly what size I'm talking about. The next size is we're going to do the Poppy Parade, and I'm going to do that in the lighter colour, and then we can layer on top of this. So once you have the card template tutorial, you'll know exactly, like I think Poppy Parade's one of those colours that most of us have learnt off by heart, would you say? I would say that I've definitely learnt this colour off by heart. Now, what I think would be nice, because we want it to have a nice background, so we've got Secret C, and I think that would be a really great starting point. So this is just so that you know what the spots look like. So that's the spots in relation to our stamp pads, and they're great. They last a really long time. We've had them for a really long time. And then the new style stamp set or ink pad is going to be these ones here. So we're right into transition of a different spot as well. It's going to be a little bit bigger. And this is our new ink pads. So these are a lot better in terms of the opening mechanism, because I do remember when I was beginning this idea, look, I kept trying to push it. And I remember how many hinges would come off in class, but you used to have to flip and then push back, and then you'd end up with ink. Like even now you end up ink everywhere. So I am really happy. For the beginner, this is so much better, and you can stack it too. I think you stack it the other way. Yeah, and it sits really nicely on top there. So I think that's a really great opportunity for our new stampers with those. Like, we've got to think about what it's like for someone starting out. We're like, oh, we're used to the other way, but yes, I just came back from a crafting cruise and didn't have my pokey stabby tool. I missed it. And Luann said, Math and I have a long-standing agreement. Leave it alone, it leaves me alone. I love it. Yeah, I think we know that feeling. So what we can do here, we can use the the same pretty peacock, but I really want this background to sort of stand out here. So let's just do a little bit of an idea. So I think if we do the leaves in the middle here, and then we can have sort of some twigs sort of sticking out on top. So I think the leaves will take up a fair bit of space. I'm just going to estimate. We'll just do 1, 2, 3. So I think if we do some stamping up in the corner here, nothing major. Now when you stamp, you want to just push down, no wobbling. So when you go into your ink pad, and same with your spots, you don't want to wobble if you're using spots. You just want to be very up and down, like very, yeah. None of this wobble, because that just ends up with ink all along the edges. And if you wobble and you have that ink, it's going to go everywhere. So just to be confident with your stamping, you just want to push down. You can get a Stampin' pad. There's like a pierce mat that you can use. But when you're first starting out, again, that's just another thing that you get eventually. You don't have to get it straight away. All you need to do is just get a pile of, paper, or even your catalogue. You can sit your catalogue behind. Just something just to give it a little bit more, firmness. But I find it's pretty good these days. I don't know why it sort of has changed, but I don't find that I don't get a crisp image, but just something to, bit of padding. So that's just all we're going to do, and then we're just going to add a couple of these in different colours, and we might have to cut out this little one, but that's okay. And we'll do that on, I think I'll do it on the basic white. I think that will be easier. And again, if you wanted to use the colours that you get in the ink spots, great. That's the way to do it. We're going to use the colours that I pulled out there. So I think I'll do the Cajun, maybe. Get some more cherry cobbler. So we had the cherry cobbler. We had crisp cantaloupe. I think that'll look good. And what's this one here? This one is Calypso Coral. Look at that combo. It's great. It's a bit eclectically random, but we love eclectically random. So this is really inky, this one, but it looks like it's going to be okay. If not, we'll just do another one. And that's the other thing that I think is good to remind yourself. It's like you're not always going to get everything perfect, and you can just try again. It's practice, 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 like anything else. So I've got one that's really inky. This one's a little bit under inky. Give it a little bit more. Cherry cobbler. Hey, cobbler. And with the re-inking, like, how often do you all re-ink? Like, this is probably the first time in, I think since we've come here to Perth, we have to re-ink a little bit more than I did back in Victoria. But, and you can sort of see here, see how it's sort of pulling away along the edges there. But it's not something that you do a lot of. Like this is original when I first started with Stampin' Up. I got a lot of these. So we're talking 10, maybe 12 years ago I got these. And I can't see exactly, but I can feel the weight. And there's still, I reckon it's probably around here. Look, it's got so much still in it. So that's a good thing, right? Once you invest in the inks and things like that, it's not like you're going to be having to replace all the time. So I'll just smush that in a bit just to make that even. It's better to use a block for this, but we'll just use the stamp. It can be the smusher. Okay. Oh, and another good thing that would definitely be worthwhile that we'll put on our list is the foam, the chamois for cleaning. So we need the foam, bone folder, snips, trimmer, spots, basic cardstock, so I would say white and black, bundle with punch, because then you don't have to get the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine then, and some blocks, but you can get that from the kit. Maybe get a paper pumpkin or something like that to begin with. Do you think we've missed anything else? I think that's pretty good, isn't it? The foam cleaner. Very good. Now I just want to ink a little bit of this off. Oh, I think it's going to be okay. We'll give it a whirl. And if not, we do it again. Oh, I'm happy with that. It's a bit motley, but that's all good. It looks like a nice little leafy there. And that one we'll put away. But remember that all the ones coming up, and that might be something that you can do in the interim. Hopefully Stampin' Up bring out these a little bit cheaper, and you might be able to get some of these at a good price, but I would get the refill to go with it at the time. But you could decide to wait for these until all of them start becoming this style of stamp set. So that's a decision that you're going to have to make, because a lot of us are probably going to reinvest slowly into the new style. A lot are keeping these because, as I said, I've still got quite a lot of ink in here. So it's come down a little bit now so that you can see where it, yeah, so it's literally here. And that's, yeah, I don't think it's even like full when you start. So there's a lot, like I've literally got years left in this ink refill, probably more than the actual pad itself, which, yeah, I could use if I wanted to keep going with these. I could use those spots if I wanted to. Yeah, it's a lot of different options that you can come up with to make it cost effective so that you're not getting too much. I'll just do that one again because I feel like... Now, this is one thing with the new pads we're all still getting used to, because it is a different style of ink pad. We're used to just pushing down and then everything is all hunky-dory. But I have found just doing a little like push along here like this and then one last push. So it's got like little dotties. We'll just have a little look and see if it's a bit more pixelated, this one. So it's a little bit better, but let's just try where we stroke and then see how that, oh yeah, that comes up with a lot of push back there too. Yeah, it's just, it seems to be peeling a little bit. What I will do is sometimes because this is a new stamp. This one, I don't think I've used this one yet. Sometimes there's a bit of residue left on the stamp itself. And I do know Stampin' Up! Are in the process of figuring out the formula as well, so there's probably going to be a little bit of teething. But if you're not happy with the image, like, please let Stampin' Up! Know with these new pads, because Stampin' Up! Are definitely committed in giving us the best stamping experience. And it is a stamping company, so they want it to be the best that we can get. Now, one thing I will try is, because yeah, it's interesting how this is responding. It's very, I'll just do the line one and see what it looks like, where I do lines rather than stamping. Oops. Yeah, look at that. It's a cool one. But, you know, we don't want that style in every single stamp that we do. But yeah, this is probably the better of all of them. Anyway, if any of you have problems, please, 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 Stampin' Up! Want to hear from us. You know, they don't want us having an inferior product. That's why we pay the prices that we pay. The other thing I will do actually is put it on exactly what I said before, is having the base to stamp on, because that matters as well. Yeah, it definitely has got some motley stamping to it. And it could be, actually, what I will do sometimes with these ink pads, because I can see little dots here already. So what we'll do is we'll just smooth all this out, because I think different temperatures create different issues with the ink. So I'm looking here, and like, I'm being quite firm on here, and what I can see is a lot of those white spots that were sort of there are dissipating. So let's just try it on there and see if that helps improve the evenness a bit. This is something I do after every time that I refill. And you're being quite firm, like I'm pushing down, pushing that ink around. I'll just take off the bit of ink here. So we don't have residue. And this might have to be something that we do each time we open our ink pad. That's definitely better. Yeah, definitely clearer. Look at the difference. See the dots up here. So that's a really good tip. You're welcome. Thank you, Kylie. So if you have been having a few of those issues, then yeah, you definitely want to just push down quite firm, so that, you know, in case you're seeing, see those little white bits that are sort of, yeah, it's probably the ink, you know, responding. And Stampin' Up! Is definitely going to be interested in our feedback. So keep the feedback coming, because it could be a reaction to the ink in some way. Yeah, we really want to give them the feedback, particularly because this is new. And for all our new stampers, we want you to have the best experience too. New pads, wiggle, 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 tap, 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 stamp. I like that. And even just the new stamps itself, they're going to have like a bit of residue on them, so just keep that in mind as well. I think the cloth pads need more ink. Yes, definitely. Yeah, I think I'm pretty happy with that. Look, it's still got a little bit of improvement that it needs. So that one there's a little bit more, but I do think once when it's dries, it does seem to improve a lot too. See how like a little bit on the edge there came through. So you've always got to be mindful of that. I haven't wet my foam cleaner, and so I'm using a tissue. It's terrible. I need my foam. Yeah. Anyway, we will keep talking to Stampin' Up about these, okay? Because it's only our brain trust that will help them, because we're the ones that use it. We're the ones that know, you know. So actually, before I cut that out, I want to see what the spacing is like on these. Let's see how much white space, and I'll try and match it when I cut around. Yeah, that looks good. See how cool the punch is? So you just push down, you feed it in the top like that, and then you push down on the button. There we go. And then this one here, I'll know sort of the white border that I'm going to do, because unfortunately we don't have a punch for this one. And this is where our snips come in handy. Wonderful. Ta-da! Now we've got our 3 gorgeous sleeves. Let me have a look here. So we're just going to layer them like so. Very simple. Nothing complicated. And then have our little sentiment just along here. And that is going to be on here. So we could even cut it down a little bit more if we wanted to. But what I might do, just to add a little bit more oomph of the background stamp, I'll just have a little look here and do, what have we got in our little repertoire of items here? So we've got, I think if we add another one of these, but we can go up a little bit higher, and that will just bring everything in a little bit more. Yes, great idea. Yeah, bring that in, and then we'll do some more down here. So we've got those sitting here like that. And then I think if we have some coming through there. And we'll do just a little bit over here, not too much, so that it's enough to, look, it's like 5. I like everything to be in odd numbers, because nature is in odd numbers. Isn't that amazing, the difference it makes when you just add a little bit further out, because it was just too blank. So they're the sort of things I think, you know, you can case someone and watch what others do, and that helps just to get the balance right in the amount that you're doing. That definitely helps. Okay, so let's stick that down. Now you can actually, we definitely would want to add on our list of beginner items some Tombow, so that's green glue, some Seal Plus, and dimensionals. I think dimensionals are definitely a must-have item. Would you say they're a must-have item? I don't think I could, like, even if I was a beginner, I think I could not live without that as a must-have item. I need to unclog my glue. Oh, thank you, Sue. Hello, Caitlin. How are you, my friend? I don't know where the other tool is. I've got these two. What's the other one? It has the... It's not that one. Found you. I knew if I made a concerted effort, I'd find my glue unblocky tool. Oops, almost stabbed myself. Be careful. Don't stab yourself. Don't be like me. Wow, this is really clogged up. I clearly did not put the lid on last night like you're meant to. Okay, I think that's got it now. Hopefully. I'll probably see glue go everywhere now. So that's the fun of crafting. Watching glue go everywhere. So we had this one sort of here. Let's just line it up just to make sure we got it in the right spot. Yep. This one we'll put on a dimensional. We're doing very good here in the Bertucci household. We've been very busy. We've had lots of visitors, which has been lovely, but also very, very busy. Lots of cooking, which is not helping my diet in any way. I'm like, oh, it's just because friends are here. Yeah, it'll be fine. I'll diet next week. It's like, oh no. Famous last words. I'm going to do it that way. And then over the top here, we'll have our sentiment. Great. Look at that. And it's such a random set of colours. But I just wanted to show you how it doesn't have to be the norm. You know, it doesn't have to be autumnal. You can really mix things up to whatever colours you have. Because we sometimes feel forced. It's like, oh, well, I can't get that set because I'm not going to be able to get, you know, the ink spots in that colour. Actually, I would be interested to see what it looked like in the ink spot colour, because that would be really fun in those colours, actually. Because the current ones look fantastic. Because the colour was strawberry / golden glow, old olive, pretty peacock. Oh my goodness, that would be stunning. I'll just grab those colours. Golden glow. Was it old olive? Yeah, pretty peacock we've got over there. Golden glow. Good. Like, which one am I missing? Ah, not any of them. Now, I'm just going to get my chamois ink wet again. So what happens with your chamois, you don't have to buy these, but these are a Stampin' Up tool. Look how grubby mine is, don't judge me, because I store my foam in here. Now, they do get really ugly, and I probably could replace this, but it still works perfectly fine. It has no issues, and basically this can be stored even in a sandwich bag, or like you don't have to put it in one of these clear cases. But yeah, you get these cleaners and they're so handy, like so good. In the meantime, I'll put this in the sink and get them soaking. But in the meantime, I'll use my soaking. It's having a bath. I said the foam's soaking. It's having a bath. So I'll just sit it there for a little bit and it'll just soak up all the water. And then it'll be like so simple and easy then. So let's have a little look here. Have a little sip of coffee because that's what you need when you're crafting.
Do you want me to clean that?
Yeah, sure, that'd be great.
Did someone say Beveragino?
You can get it all refreshed for me. You can refresh it. So while that's doing its thing, we can get prepared for our next stamping. Now, because I want to keep this nice and simple, normally I emboss all of my sentiments, but that is not something that a new stamper would invest in just yet. You just want to gradually add a few things into your repertoire. Now this one here is better from that side, I think. Let me see where the banner, where it's going to punch. It's going to go, yep, so we could actually go down the bottom here. So again, especially with these stamps, you don't want to wobble. Push down, be confident. You can stay there a little bit longer if you're a bit worried, but just don't wobble and then lift up. And look at that crisp, clean image. A lot of times I think we don't get crisp images because of the wobbles, for sure, but also because we're not being patient enough. We've got to have patience. Maybe I'll do this one actually. Oh, it is very nice, isn't it? Or we can do this one. That one's actually very nice. Let's do that one. Love that even more. Thanks. And close this so we don't end up in a disaster. Ask me how I know. I just know.
Here we are.
Hi, thank you. Legend. Look at my card.
I love it.
Simples.
Simple as the best.
Yep. Chuck out the rest. So we're just going to give those a bit of a clean. Now they are going to stain, don't stress. As soon as you use red in particular, any pink, red base, so the secret C doesn't stain. The blue based hues are no problem. But you still get value. We still sell our polymer sets. But yeah, check it out. It'll still stamp great. It just, Brenda always looks and goes, no, it's destroyed. I probably should have cleaned it straight away. It wouldn't be as bad. And I do think you can use like Versamark or something like that to sort of lift the amount of colour that's on there. It will sort of wear off a little bit as you go along. Now, we have got a few different options here. We can go through the leaf. We can go over this leaf here, so it's sort of sticking out, which I do like. What I might actually do, even though this is quite random, I actually feel like I want to do it that way. So I'm going to flip it over and because I feel like it fits better. And now we have a choice of which side we want to go on, and then you can line it up with it already punched out. And don't expect perfection from you as well. I think that's a really big important thing when you're first starting out. Just remember that you're learning a new skill, and that's part of like what I think our brains need. And I'm not giving medical advice, but I think that idea of just challenging our brain, learning new skills. Like I remember how it felt when I first started learning how to do crochet, or different things that it's just a really, really nice thing to learn. Oh, I really like that. So you just keep testing, trialing. At the beginning I copied a lot of other people to get the layout and to get the ideas, but on our channel I try as much as I can, mainly because it suits me. It's not an intentional thing. I'm working with my strengths, and my strengths is actually coming up with like ideas on the spot. And a lot of people, they'd be like, no way would I be able to do that. Like I have to be completely prepared and know exactly what I'm doing, have it all pre-cut. Like Bruno's very much like that. He likes to be organized and prepared. He doesn't like surprises. But I think for me, I like the process of everyone seeing, particularly new ones, seeing that you can ask questions to other people. And often on our channel, that's what I'll do. I'll ask for help if I don't know where I want something to lay out, or I'll keep trialing. Sometimes I even pull things off. But I think it's good to see that process of creativity happening, because that helps us to learn from each other as well. So we'll stick that down. Now, are we happy with the sizing? I actually feel like I want to cut down that size a little bit. I think we can get away with it. And, again, I'm completely going rogue. Like most people would be like, yeah, let's just stick it down. But now that I've got it finished, I'm like, no, I can see that I could cut this side and this side a little bit. Now, it will be a little bit skew because I've already got the things on there, but I know what I'm cutting it. I want to go to I think if we look at Melon Mambo, let's have a look at the sizing and see what they look like on the actual card. This is the cool thing about this card, these templates, is that you can see what it looks like even. So we've got the option of Melon Mambo, that's another size down. Flirty Flamingo is another size down. I think that's the furthest I'd go. I don't think I'd go any smaller. So this is Melon Mambo. So it would go down just a tiny, tiny little smidge, which I personally don't think is enough. I think we can go a little bit further here. And it's not cutting off any of the, I think that's the sizing. So it's going to cut all of this off here. Okay, so let's do that. So we want to go to 9.5 on that side. And sorry, I'm talking metric. I don't want to confuse you all. I'm so used to saying it all out loud. Okay, we ready? Let's see the difference. You saw it before. Now let's see it again. You ready? Ta-da! Isn't it incredible? Just getting that proportion right, the difference it makes. And now all of a sudden, everything, it just fits perfectly. And this is something I've had to look, like I've been doing this for 15 years now. So this is not something that's going to come naturally. So just keep copying other demonstrators, and you'll just feel it. You'll just see it. You're like, no, the spacing doesn't feel right. I feel like it's going to look differently if it's just a little bit closer. And it all depends on your spacing. Yeah. Yes, handmade, not Hallmark. Yes. Are you happy now though, Tess? It all worked out. But this is the sort of thing I learn as I go, and I'm happy to do it this way. Um, as I say, I'm a hot mess, but it doesn't somehow work out in the end. How? We aren't sure. It's part of the the surprise when you come onto Kylie's YouTube chat. You're like, really? She just made that from scratch? How? Hello, Deborah. Good to see you. And then I always like to have an insert. So that's where having our neutral colours are really important. And you could definitely put a neutral colour layer behind, but we're just keeping it really simple here. Just doing the one layer, just some stamping with the punch. I just want to try and show you that you don't need to go too complicated. You don't need to have extra layers, but you know, you can. If you want to step it up now, you could totally step it up and do different colors, or look at that. Perfect. And that's for us to write on then. So just to give you an idea, so that's colors that I've taken from my dress today. Never would have put these colors together in my lifetime. But just to give you an idea of if you did end up purchasing these spots I think are a really great combination of colors. The other one is the, yes, Pretty Peacock. I think this would be a great combo if you get the spots in these colors. They're on the website right now. So if you're watching, you're new to crafting, you're thinking, I want to branch out. I've been doing card kits for a while with demonstrators. You know, you sort of go to craft classes and you're just ready to take that next leap. And of course, if you have a demonstrator, please order with them. Let them know, go, look, I'm feeling a little bit more confident, and it's because of Kylie. I saw her video and I really want to take it to that next step. And I think that we've been doing a little bit of a disservice to ones like you who haven't really taken that next step and got the products you need to craft at home. You don't need a lot of stuff to be able to craft at home. You just need to know exactly what you're purchasing in order to have an outcome. So whatever you get is going to make this. And that's something that I want to look at doing for a beginner style sort of class, so that anyone new that orders with us will get this beginner's class based on products that they have purchased. So it would be all of these items that you're getting, the spots, the, you know, whatever you need to learn the skill set to get some projects made. But it would have to be exactly the items that I'm using. So you could swap out a stamp set, of course. Like when you look at this card here, we'll show you the creative confidence. If you don't like leaves, understand, but we'll show you how you can swap it out, like the beautiful which one's the Valley and Bloom bundle at the moment, but you would have to cut these out. You wouldn't be able to use, because you don't have a stamp and cut and emboss machine, so you'd have to cut these out by hand. But there are different styles of stamps out there that you could swap out. But I think that this is a really great starting point because it has the sentiments, because these can be quite versatile. We can use these same colours that you get in the stamp spots, which are going to be this size. So this is a great start. You're going to have, like, you know, 5 different ink pads that you can start with. These are the blocks that come in the paper pumpkin kit. So you would have, even if you just had one of these blocks, that's all you'd need to get started. You just have to keep, you know, cleaning your little stamp set in between. But yeah, if there's anyone in that situation where you've been crafting a while, you know, maybe you've been doing kits, but you've never stepped to that next level, I'd be very interested to hear from you, and sort of what is it that's preventing you or holding you back from doing that next step. I think is very interesting. So the other thing that we talked about is just using the neutrals. And I think if we just looked at the neutrals that you would have, it would definitely be probably the basic black and the basic white. So if that's all you had was just the basic black, basic white, and then these Stampin' spots, so they will be this size, and these colours, if that's all you had, what could we create? And there's a lot that you could do to just that beginner bit, right? I think it really does make a big difference. Now, Sue asked a really great question. With the paper pumpkin, it's a really different setup. So basically the cutoff for, I'll get the exact date for you because we're into the new paper pumpkin time period. So let's just go here. Yes. So if you order before the 10th, that will be the paper pumpkin time period. So we want to go paper pumpkin subscription. So subscribers will be charged on the 11th of each month. The kits will ship 2 to 3 business days after successful billing. So if you have subscribed, which I think we've got you on our list, don't we, Sue? I think so. Anyway, it will be pretty much they're going to ship, in a couple of days. So it says, you've got to order basically or put in the order. Oh, no, it's got 11th. Yes, okay, so I'll show you the one for the 11th to the 10th of July. It's absolutely gorgeous. So it's good timing. But the only thing that you have to remember is, well, this is actually really interesting. Subscribers will be charged on the 11th for the previous kit. So if you purchase Paper Pumpkin now, you're not going to get that until the 11th of the next month. That's how I read it. Yes. Because you've got your subscription period, but the charge actually happens on the 11th and then it gets sent out. So the August kit, we can purchase it from the 11th of July to the 10th of August. But you're not going to see that kit until probably the 15th of August. Does that make sense? So that's why it's good to have sort of the flow on, because then you're getting the month, the month order. So let me just show you here the one that's for this current time period. So this is going to be a sneak peek for the subscription happening right now from the 11th to the 10th of August. But just remember, if you sign up for this now, you're not going to be seeing it until the 15th of August. So it's quite a good thing. Like if you wanted to space out some subscriptions as a gift, you could space it out through the month and subscribe through us, and that could be gifts that you give out to family and friends. You could get it sent to them directly even, and it's just a really nice thing. And then you could maybe gather together, have a little catch up with your kit, or have your own paper pumpkin kit, open it together, and it's just one of those gifts that I think people are looking for now. It's not just a gift, but it's an opportunity to spend quality time together. So you could have, even young ones that maybe haven't done crafting before. It's a really lovely idea. And I think we're missing a lot of that people are seeking. There's a lot of loneliness. People are seeking attachment and companionship. We need to be with each other more than ever. And this is a great opportunity with these paper pumpkin kits. If you know that that's going to be a really nice neutral kit that you can use, I think it would be perfect for young and old alike. So yeah, that's a really great opportunity to to look at paper pumpkin, because people hear paper pumpkin and they're like, what is paper pumpkin? Like, are we talking about Cinderella here? Like, what are you talking about? And also keep in mind that you've got the opportunity to get this circle as well. So you've got the coordinating add-on, and it's the detailed flora dies while supplies last. Now, I think that they're still around. We'll have a little look in a moment. But for August, you've got this beautiful circle add-on here that you can get just one die. So that's a really great opportunity, because that would also fit in the little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which I definitely think is the next step for a beginner, is the small cutter. And these are great for the small cutter. So yeah, we want to help you each step of the way. Like, what is the best choices you can make in terms of your shopping experience to actually get a result. We don't want you to just go shopping. We want you getting a result in what you're shopping for. And that's something I really want to work on a bit more for all of you that are watching online and are looking for starting a crafting experience. So the two dies were flora dies, detailed flora dies. Let's just see if they're available, or maybe we can put it under add-on. It could come up under that. Yes. So yeah, they're still sitting there in our online store, and it actually is an entire one together. So it says make the most of your paper pumpkin kits with the detailed flora add-ons. So yeah, you get the 4 dies, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's only $23, everyone. Run and get this. This is really, really good. So yeah, that's a really great idea. And I think they're very versatile. I don't think you'd have to have paper pumpkin to get those. But for our beautiful beginners out there, again, this is just a stepped up option that I would not recommend for you, because you'd need the embossing machine, which I'll show you the little mini here. Let's look up mini. Mini. And it's really good, this one. So eventually, if you want to get into die cutting, you know, this is a great way to step up. Or if you decide, you know what, I'm going to go cray-cray, I can see I'm loving it, I can see I want to do this, then we would give you the next steps to save money, which would be, if you get the bigger machine, it would be to join. And it's not to join so that you can sell. It just makes sense financially. We know our girl math. We know that we're at the point where we're just getting this first collector's kit. It would just make sense that if you know you want to get more things and you slowly want to build up your repertoire, then it would just make sense to, particularly if you want the bigger Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, you may as well join. Because to join's $175, but then you get $240 worth of product. And the cutting machine, I think it's $244. It's in low inventory at the moment, but it is available. So yeah, it just makes sense that you would get that at a discounted price. You couldn't add it to your starter kit, unfortunately. Well, actually, now it's not a starter kit, it's a voucher. So you just get a $240 voucher. You pay $170, and then you get a $240 voucher. So you'd only pay $174 for a $244 machine. Yes, please. So they're the sort of things I want to help you with. I want to help you with the girl math. I want to help you to slowly build your crafting experience. And it could be that you don't want to have the machine. What do you do if you don't have the machine? Do you go to the mini? You know, I want to help you with all of that that is going to support the new crafter, because I think we've neglected you all, and yeah, we're very sorry about that. Now, is the kit, the block, the same? Oh yes, you would have got the July, so yes, that will be coming out. You should get that in the next couple of days, Sue. So this is the block that you'll find is in the paper pumpkin, and you can see the difference. I personally find them a little bit difficult because they don't have the grip the same way as this block, but it's a free block. Sure, I'll take a free block. However, Bruno, personally, he loves them. He finds these better than the other blocks. So he collects these, and he's got quite a few of them. So that could be something, I know a lot of us have probably got a lot of these blocks around. So that could be something that, maybe I keep an eye on my beginner crafters, the ones that sort of contact me about starting out. We could possibly even send you a little block, because this would be easy to put in the post for you. And that way, it's just bringing down the cost. So any way that we can do that for you, if it is a case of budget, or if it is a case of like having a certain amount that you want to spend in that first go, we can definitely help you work out the math so that it works out the best way for you personally. So let's just quickly whip this one up. So what we're going to do is exactly the same as what we've done, but we're going to use the colours that come in the spots, because we can. Actually, I'm going to do this one here, and we'll cut this down the same size, which was what was it? Flirty Flamingo size. So let's just cut that down a little bit. I like to do the scoring first, because I just find, particularly with the basic cardstock, I find it just helps it not to fray. It has less of a lip there, because I hate the random lip thing that it does. Okay, so if we get our original beginner's card, we'll use it as a prototype for us to copy, which is what you do. You just, this is going to be the class that I have, and you can look at the picture and you can just copy everything that we've got. But I want to teach you how to have that amazing experience of crafting on your own, because I think that's what we've sort of taken away from you all. We've dumbed it down, and dumbing it down has not helped anything. We think it's making your life easier, but actually we're just making you codependent. And codependency is not good. Now, I just want to definitely, before I do the other bits, because I can see I'm already in the wrong spacing, but we will figure it out. So let me go here and grab some more basic white. We're going to do the 3 colours, our beautiful golden glow, and this one here you can see doesn't have as many splotchy bits on this one, so we'll see how this comes out. Oh yeah, so it is going to be a little bit more dotty, I think, but we've just got to keep telling Stampin' Up how we're going with our new inks. We'll see how it dries, but give them feedback as much as you can. Now, do I want? Yeah, I want this one. See what I mean? It's like, how did that turn into that? It's gold, isn't it? Because you're like, oh no. This definitely needs re-inking as well. Everything needs re-inking today. It never happens when you're not using it. Of course it happens when you're using it. That's just normal. It's like when we go, oh, it always happens at the worst time. Well, no, it actually happens when you're using it. That's when you find out. And so you just got to do it right away. Don't delay. Just grab it out. That's why I like to have them all nicely labelled. Because these did travel in a train from in a box from Melbourne to Perth. So we're going to have quite a few that probably need a little re-inking. There we go. Smush it all down. Give that a wipe straight away. As you can see, our bone folders are used more than just folding paper. That's better. It's looking way more inked up. I actually really like these ones that are a bit lighter. Typical Kylie. And that's what I'm saying about the blocks too. I'll just do this for you just to show you an idea. So where's our gold? We don't want to stamp where the golden glow is. It's just a little bit uneven. Just want to give that a good amount of evenness. Make sure that it's all happy. I don't know what's happening. This one's definitely having a little hissy fit. Maybe it just needs more ink. You want more? Okay, sure. I'll give you some more. Yeah, look at that. Just needs some more ink. I'm like, what's going on? Why is that? Oh, because it needs more. It keeps going in like this. See how it's slowing down? But yeah, this was a very thirsty ink pad. See how this is slower now? But in the center here, it's still quite quick. Yeah, that looks a bit better. Wow, that needed a lot. It was very, very dry. Oh, that's better. It's probably too inky, but it's better to be too inky than not enough. Just wipe that off a little bit. Use it down here. Let me have a little looky here. Just take a little bit of the excess off. Oh, that's better. Yes, this might be a little bit too inky, but it'll test my theory really nice. So one, oh, it took all of it off. Thought you might be able to stamp off, but wow, it just went gone. Why are you doing that little centerpiece there? See, it's good to go back to basics. I've forgotten how to stamp. This was actually for me to get all my ink inked up again. Because to be honest, even I have got to a point where I'm using a lot of, I'm going to have to use my little magazine. I've got to the point where I'm using a lot of paper. I'm not using a lot of ink. And I think it's good for us to pull it out. We've got all this beautiful ink and stamps that we can use. And I do think I have gone to that path a bit more. Okay, I think this one will work well. Push down in the middle there. We've got our cushioning Yes, that's better. I just want to do a couple more just for a bit of a tester. Yes. Love it. Chip it. And that will soften. As that dries, it's going to be a lot softer. This one here is probably my fave. That's why I thought I'll do a few. And then we can compare them all. Nice. Don't mind this one here too. So with the punch, because I can't go this way, you can only go this way and then you get trapped, right? I used to be like, oh, what do I do now? But you just cut down the middle and then you can access that one there. Line it up and you could just sort of do a half push so that it holds it, but you're not cutting it, just to make sure it's all lined up really nicely. And then the other one was this gorgeous one here. Oh, love it. Love, love, love. Yes, eyeball, slightly readjust, take your time, boom. And then the last one that we're going to do is the little strawberry slush. And we'll do that on this one. Actually, we've got some left over here. That's a lighter colour that we won't see on the other side because we don't want to waste all of our cardstock. Cardstock is a big investment now, more than ever. We'll just do a couple of these. And this is a great way to, if you've got a design, you know what you're doing, it's a great way to do quite a number of cards all in one go. And that can feel really productive, especially if you just like don't put this sentiment on just yet. And yeah, just sort of pop it on afterwards once you know what you're using it for. Whether you're going to someone's place for dinner or need one for a special event. Okay, let's have a look at which ones we've got here. Oh, look at this combo. Love it. Thanks, Stampin' Up. What a great suggestion. So yeah, I've gone way too low here. That's all right. We'll just pretend the one underneath never existed. And then we'll go higher on these ones. Up like that. Yes, that looks great. What was the other thing? We had one sort of out on the side there, but what we'll do them lower this time. So we'll do one down here. Do one in the middle. So take your time with your inking. Just make sure everything's inked up nicely. You can see through, which is awesome. And then one more on this side. So we'll just do a smaller one on this side. Just a bit of variety. So it looks crazy underneath, but remember we're just covering all of that so that you're not going to see much of that. And we could even do it this way. Oh, we could even do the leaves that way if we wanted to. Let's do that, just for something different. So we're just using the basic black. Don't know who folded this card. Kylie, what have you done? I mustn't have used my trimmer, or was a bit impatient and didn't give it time. So all these little techniques, like getting everything straight, like having your trimmer, is going to help so much with all of that. Like all of those things were the things I really struggled with. But yeah, I've learned all the best ways of doing it now. So yeah, I just wanted to use the basic black and the basic white just to give you an idea that you can use limited amount of cardstock. You don't have to bring in other colours. But if you were to say get the pretty peacock, then you can see, yeah, just how that lifts that. So that might be, getting the cardstock in the same colour as the spots. And it would be interesting if we could do some sort of share based on that with the cardstock, which would be really awesome. So you could get like a couple of sheets of cardstock that goes with the spots. Yeah, so that's the sort of thing I think that we'll definitely be talking to Stampin' Up about, because I thought if I did a video like this, it's just going to help me see it through the lens of someone who's starting out stamping. Where do they go from here? Like, what do they get? How do they get it? And yeah, it's actually been quite an eye-opening free class for me, I have to say. I've realised how much my ink pads have needed a re-ink after travelling over from Melbourne, I should say, to Perth. Now, I did like that one, but we'll see. We're given enough room. I think so. And then there's also that one as well. I think I'll do this one again. It was very nice, that one, but I just want to do it the other way. I want the banner to be facing. Give yourself lots of room so that you don't. So I want it to be that direction. Yes. Now, if you're in this situation, actually, I remember someone grabbing a Post-it note. Do you remember that? And then you can feed it in a little bit easier. But you can shimmy it just with this. So just take your time to line that up. There we go. Make sure that that's straight. How's that looking? Oh yeah, that looks good. Thanks. Yeah, that looks good. So there we go. So that's just the exact same card. We just flipped the leaves the other way, but it's using just the colours in that ink spot set. And there's another ink spot set there if you wanted to use that as well. Now what I'm going to do is actually combo this, and then we'll raise all of them up. So the whole lot are actually undimensional then. So I think the only one we'll need to stick is the top one. So these ones, the edges are quite good on this, because I'll show you what we'll do. We'll join them up with the dimensional. And then this top one can just be glued down. Or actually, we can even put dimensional on this one. Why not? Ah, we love our dimensionals. Beautiful. Let's go this way. I think that looks good. Do you like it better down or up? I think I like it better up. Yay! And then we could just have this sitting down here, just for something different. And again, we'll use our little edges. And yeah, the next step you could possibly take as well is adding some embellishments if you wanted those. They're really nice. So I probably could have even gone that, like that would have been nice actually. But let's do it on this side and see how that looks. Ooh. I do love this white space down here. I think I'm going to do that. But I feel like having it that way will ground it better. So even though we've done it, we have permission to do it again. Because this is what learning is all about. Sometimes you do something and you're like, no, I'm going to change my mind. And we're allowed. It's our prerogative. Thanks. You're welcome. Line it up, take your time, breathe. We're always hurrying. When you craft, you have all the time in the world. Housework? What housework? What dinner that we have to cook? Forget it. We're in like a vortex of time now. So I think, yeah, coming like that, because I'm just doing the spacing around there the same. And then on that, and it doesn't really need embellishments at all, but if you did want to add something, I think they're the next sort of add-ons. But all in due time. It's all about slowly collecting. I loved what a lot of you said about the way that you collected things. I just think, wow, it's so cool. Like we kind of forget that feeling of collecting. It's such an exciting time. So if I look at some of these embellishments that we've got here. There's all sorts of different exciting ones here. Even that one there is really nice. Even that one's nice as well. It's got the, even the, more of a midnight, a secret sea sort of style. Muted. That would be quite, that one there looks quite nice. Yeah, there's lots of different ones here that you could potentially use, and some of these can go on sale as well. So I think that would be a great time to sort of look at getting some embellishments. If I was, you know, just starting out, I'd be like, oh, let's just wait and see what options there are down the track. I feel like one of these two are calling my name. Let's just check and make sure that they're still current. I always like to check because things can change very quickly with Stampin' Up. Before I used to feel embarrassed. I'd be like, oh my goodness, I should know this. But things change and that's okay. We're allowed to, yeah, just check. And when you're a beginner, you don't have to worry about these things being available or not available. That doesn't even matter to you. It's just I don't want to show you something that you can't get. But these two are definitely available, which is fantastic. Ooh, we've got another set in there. Ooh, look at these ones. They were hidden behind there, weren't they? And I think they're the winner. So I really do need to leave the lid off this for a bit. I think I'll do a smaller one. Just like that. So yeah, make sure you're using your embellishments. I love just the 3 on there. Simples, nothing crazy, but it just adds something so special to the card. And I'm actually going to change, you're going to laugh, but I'm going to go in this direction because I can. This is what I do. Spend my life changing things up because I feel like this has got a nicer space to it. And it's a little bit more, you can come underneath, just slowly lift and that will come off. That's the cool thing about starting stamping. Isn't about perfection. See how this is all, this little glue bits come off? It's okay, we just slowly lift that off. Just take your time and then we can place this somewhere like that. Just the little glue dot, and now this guy can come in there. Ta-da! Yeah, I like that better because it's near the sentiment, and yeah. Sometimes I just find out after the fact. And I'm not like, oh, just leave it. I'm like, nope, just fix it. And I've become an artist at being able to pull things off with minimal, like, yeah. Even if it rips, that's okay. You're not going to see it. I've learnt to not have meltdowns. I'm like, it's all good. No one's going to know that it's ripped behind. Like, give yourself permission to make it a little bit messy and trial and error. Play around. Don't be too hard on yourself. So there we go. There are 2 beginner cards, and I love that this is using items that, you know, as we're going along and thinking about what it's like to be a beginner, thinking about the products that you might be wanting to get. I think that that's a really great opportunity for us to help the beginner stamper to succeed in what they purchase, and yeah, helping you make decisions that are going to result in productivity as opposed to just shopping. And I think too, we've just really got to be mindful that if you are a creative and you've been doing it a while, are you sharing it with others? Are you inviting people over? Even if you're not a demonstrator, that doesn't matter. Just get people over to craft with you and have some fun crafting with other people, teaching them. We kind of, I think we maybe had got used to isolating ourselves a bit. And we do need that connection with other people. It's a really vital thing. So yeah, think about young ones that, you know, like family members that have got young children, maybe got grandchildren. Have you shown them your craft? Have you shown your children? Maybe they're adult children. We had a friend say, you know, who's an avid crafter, and they're like, you know what? I've never ever shown my daughter, who's like, I think she's in her 20s or 30s, but I've never shown her how to craft. And it's like, oh, what are we doing? Why are we not showing our next generation how to do these things? You know, crochet and all sorts of different creativity. It's not just card making. There's a lot that we can do for keeping creativity alive and helping our, regulate our nervous systems and helping us be less stressed, learn new skills, have fun, accomplishing new things. It's really, really important. Look at that. We're all tidy. We've got all our Stamps already cleaned. Popped all this away. Look at us go. And it doesn't have to be this big major thing. And you could replicate this so quickly and easily. Look at this big block. There we go. What do you think, everyone? It was so good to catch up with you today. And it's really helped me to actually see what it is exactly I can get organised in terms of curating a little set of products that would help a new stamper to start. I'm really excited about this opportunity to find new ones and to help them come and see what Stampin' Up is all about. And if you're one of those people watching, hello, come and talk to us. You can contact us through our blog, kyliebertucci.com. And yeah, if you have any questions, if there's something you'd like to know about with the kits, we're here to help support you and to we're not interested in just your purchases. We're interested in helping you to have creative confidence and to know what you're doing, to give you a direction. So if you're one of those customers that kind of have just been doing kits, and maybe you've got a lot of kits that haven't been used and you're just thinking, do I even go to that next step? That's what we're here for. We've got classes, we've got so many different things that we do to ensure that it's not just about the purchase, but also the next steps. How can you use the items that you've got? So we're really excited to partner with you. And if you have any questions at all, like I said, contact us. The best thing that you can do, though, to keep up to date with any of our Stampin' Up information is not that one. I want to delete that one. It is the next one that I pop up. Let me see if that's going to delete for me. No. I'll go over to Eurotrobe. Go to Eurotrobe and delete it from there. There it is. Delete. So the second one is the newsletter link that you need. There we go. Excellent. Oh, thank you so much for being here today. Today was really fun. I enjoyed that a lot. So I definitely will be doing more of this type of beginner stamping classes because we really want to reach the new. We want to reach people that maybe haven't stepped up into new crafting, who might have questions as to what they need to get to be cost effective and what you can do to start, because that is probably my biggest thing, is looking at how do you cut your cardstock, how do you know what to do. All of those skills I think are really vital. So we're really excited to be helping you with that to get to that next step. But just to begin with, if you're brand new, the best thing you can do is go over to the kits collection on the website, have a look at those, or maybe even the paper pumpkin. You can sign up for that, and that's really going to help you to feel more confident. Let's just see if this one's going to work for you, because I think that it should take you directly to the kits collection. And then that will help you to, and also I've got to show you before I go the new product of the month. Whee! So if you spend over $125 with Stampin' Up here in Australia, you actually get a opportunity to purchase something for $9, and it's valued at way more than that. So it's well worth it. So this is the kits collection here. So you can click on that and get the kits collection. And if you're over on Facebook, I'll put the kits collection. Hello, Lena. Collection. There we go. So let me show you the new product of the month so that we can get something really cheap, because we love a bargain, because we do girl math, don't we? We're girl math people. Oh, it's paper. I love it when it's paper. We can do some Love It, Chop It. So we've got some really cool groups, by the way, and we're doing a lot of work on those groups. So if you're not in our Love It, Chop It group or our Random Act of Kindness group, you have to be there. You want to be there. So this is the Glow of Harvest 12 by 12 specialty paper. Now the thing with the product of the month is there's no guarantee that it will stay. Begonia Bell has stayed, but Wild Bunch sold out. So you just don't know how popular an item will be. So the best thing you can do is to get onto it ASAP if you really like it. So we will definitely be placing an order. Bruno probably already has, in fact, because we try and do it really early in the month as soon as it pops up. And I think this is just going to be a very, very popular set, because even though I'm not necessarily into pumpkins and things like that, we don't really do that in Australia. I love all the, like, yeah, I know that there's going to be a flip side because it'll be 12 by 12 and two-sided. And interestingly, they've used here the exact set that we use. And I love what they've done with their one, where they put it through the middle here and they've got the leaves coming out. So that's another design you could do. So even the website will give you a lot of ideas, but look at that paper. So you're going to get 12 sheets, two of each design, single-sided. Oh, single-sided designs. That's a new style. So that's kind of going to make it easier, because I think sometimes our biggest thing is not knowing which side to choose. So that's a bit exciting that it's one-sided. And you don't have to pick then. So you've just, this side is the only side. Well. But you've got 12 sheets and amazing. Look at all this. And then you've got some amazing ideas here. So yeah, like I said, this was very similar. Well, it is the set that we used this morning, and then they've just laid it differently. So very exciting. Go check that out. If you spend over $125 in Australia, that's what you'll receive. And also remember that we have our product of the video class bundle, I should say, of the month, which this month is Valley and Bloom. This is going to be a really, really popular bundle of classes. It's 12 classes, and in those 12 classes, you have unlimited access and instant access. So it's not an event. It's a we call it evergreen, so it's always going to be useful. It's always something that you're going to be able to go back to time and time again. And even if you don't have the specific product for the projects, you can easily swap it out for different paper or a different stamp set, and you're going to absolutely love the ideas that you get from this bundle. There's like fun fold cards. Some of them are like 3D projects. You're absolutely going to enjoy this bundle so much. So if you're not our customer or a team member, both of those get it as a gift. Customers when they shop with us, and our team members get it just for being our team member, because we love them. But if you can't do that because you live in another country, or maybe shop with a different demonstrator, well, you're more than welcome to purchase it for $22. It's worth, the value of it is worth well over $50, even more. Stampin' Up, we're doing classes that were $50 something, and you only got 4 projects. This is 12 projects for $22. It's an absolute bargain. So don't miss out on checking out that amazing bundle of videos. It's a video class bundle, and you get all of the description, a PDF, you get measurements in your country, so it doesn't matter where you live in the world, you'll get the measurements, you get everything you need, so it's all there. So thank you so much for being here. We appreciate your amazing support. Please let us know if there's anything else that we can do to support you in your creative journey. And I really, really enjoyed looking at the beginners, what it's like to start from scratch, what products would you need to get. I'm really thrilled that we could go through that with you. So thanks for being here. And for our lovely members, I'll be jumping on straight away, without a doubt, straight away, because I get distracted and then I don't jump on. But I will see you very soon. We'll have a great chat. And if you want to have a look at our YouTube membership, you can see that here. And we've got lots of great things coming for everyone, but also our members as well. So thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you soon, everyone. Bye. Big hugs.